Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss life after the April 1st show where KK signed out off the podcast by crashing onto the floor.
As heard on the show, by the way, which is the best part.
Oh, my name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Ryan, the billionaire Thompson, Matt Modica, and Kathy Kuhl.
Kathy Kuhl. Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey.
I am excited I'm on this show.
I know. There's some accountability here. So we're going to go back and check in with Kathy. This was a huge show and a lot of feedback. And this is the one, we don't set out and try to do this. I want to be very clear. I'm never instructing anybody, hey, we need to booze it up. No. We just go, we're friends, we're having a show, and sometimes shit just happens. So
it just happens naturally. Like the best ones, unscripted, unplanned.
The microphones are on, and anything, it's up to whatever happens, and then, yeah.
Like a Waffle House, it just happens.
Yeah. And KK was in rare form. She was yelling at me and hated me and wanted me to die and all this stuff. And then she just crashes and burns at the end of the show. And it was like, whoop, she gone.
All these shows, and I listened to it, and I'm like, this is my favorite show ever.
Oh, yeah. It's good. It's good. We've already played it in the best of.
Bring that to you.
We don't normally play the best of, weeks after it happened, but we did that in this
example.
Usually
it takes years, but that was fantastic and iconic, honestly.
Yeah. So we'll have Kathy check in and tell us about what that's like and how she enjoys that show, and probably play it around Christmas for her family and stuff. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, though, McNew said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, McNew?
So I need to know the most humbling or embarrassing thing that happened to you this week, because I got shit on by a bird today.
You got shit on by a bird?
I did.
Oh, man. Huh.
And I was just sitting outside on my little patio, minding my business, having a drink after work. It was nice out, and I felt something hit my leg, and I thought it was one of those, like, we get those little brown stink bug thingies, right?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
And I hate them with a passion. And you just flick them off. You just flick them, and they're fine. I thought that's what it was. I felt something on my leg. I thought that's what it was. Didn't look. I flick it, and there's something wet on my hand. And it's bird shit. And there's bird shit on my hand now, and there's bird shit on my leg. I'm not okay about this, but I go clean it up, and I sanitize my whole body. And I'm like, I Google it, and apparently it's good luck in Russian culture to get shit on by a bird, but I don't feel that lucky about it.
We're not in Russia, McNew.
Yeah,
right.
There's no Russian in my body. That's not any part of my lineage. I was very humbled to get shit on by a bird today. So I need to know the worst part of your week so I feel better.
So you
just
feel
this
better.
Week?
Yeah.
Just this week. There's a short window. We got to come up with something that.
Whatever. Just make me feel better about getting shit on by a bird.
I was shit on by a bird at SeaWorld while I was watching one of the diving shows, but it wasn't this week. I was probably 12 years old.
Okay,
Was it a bird in a show, or was it
It
just
was
a random
seagull just flying around.
That's a lot.
They were diving. They're doing
Seems like seagulls would be a lot of volume when they shoot.
Well, it hit me and the people behind me.
Oh.
And it was in my hair, and I didn't know what to do.
If you were an adult that bought the tickets, I wouldn't feel bad for you because that seagull is just like, get my ocean friends back in the ocean. Good for them. They should shit on people.
They were divers. Human divers I was watching. They weren't being taken away from any ocean.
Well, there's other ones there, though, at SeaWorld. There are some captives there, for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm not a SeaWorld fan, but...
I like SeaWorld. I like SeaWorld. Look at McNew's face.
I'm a fan.
They don't have the orcas anymore. They got rid of the orcas.
So mean. It's so mean. Okay, but anyways.
What else do they do that's mean? There's nothing else there that's mean, right?
No, you can't hold these things captive in a pool that has an ocean it should live in. You deserve to be shit on if you want to captivate.
That one was like a serial killer, though. It killed 3 people.
Yeah, because
I think it was making a strong point.
Right. Yeah. 3 people. The body count 3, and then yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Maybe we should. Maybe
those
we should
people deserve to be shit on by birds. Honestly, good.
Yeah.
Anyways, worst part of your week, please.
I've never been shit on by a bird. Have you ever been shit on by a bird, Ryan?
I have not. Thankfully.
All right, Matt.
I have.
Oh.
I have been shit on by a bird. Yeah.
Oh.
But this week, right? I'm trying to think. So there's a couple things that have happened this week. One, I'm kind of a big deal at work. I don't know.
I'm kind of a big deal.
So I always,
Wow.
I always forget. So I forget this, right? So like I forget the position I have a lot because I just feel like I'm just a normal person working. But then I realize like, oh, you know what? I'm in like a lot of videos and I'm in a lot of things and just a lot of visible things at work. And
Matt, what line of work are you in that you're in a lot of videos?
yeah,
He's in the porn industry. He's actually
yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Steve. OnlyFans. No, I work in cybersecurity, so for a large health system here in St. Louis, and so
Gotcha, okay, yeah.
But yeah, so it's just one of those things where like I'm walking around, you know, I've got like a coffee in one hand, I'm all disheveled and everything, and somebody's like, "Oh, hey, I know you," and I'm like, "Oh, hi," you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, that, and then I think the other one was my boss, you know, looked at me one day and he was like, "Did you lose a razor?"
Oh, shit.
Like, oh,
Like, that's rough.
Great question. You know exactly what he's saying.
Right.
He said, "Ooh, buddy, you look rough." That's like when I go to my mom's house and I'm like, "Oh, I don't really want to like do a lot of makeup or my hair today." She's like, "Are you sick?" That's the same thing.
That's the question she's really asking. Yeah, what's going on there?
Really?
What's this look?
Yeah, why'd you not put your face together today?
Okay.
She doesn't care if I'm sick or not. She just is nicely telling me I look like shit.
Driving a point home, yes.
Right. Any embarrassing episodes this week, Ryan? Anything that can make McNew feel better?
I'm racking my brain here, and not really. It's been a quiet week over here.
Yeah,
so.
me too. I don't have anything that happened this week that I can think of. That
Last week, the week before, all month, we can track back.
I'm gonna say recording this show is my most embarrassing.
Okay.
That counts, KK.
That's gonna be great.
Steve, I think there was some embarrassment going on at game night this week, but I don't know. I don't know if it was embarrassment or you being proud.
For what did I do? What did I do?
Well, when we were doing that game, what was it? It was
the ransom note ones. Yeah.
ransom game.
Oh, I was proud of that.
And the warden came up with.
Yeah, well, right away we're playing this game where you get these. It's just words that are like they're just little magnets.
Ransom notes so fun. I love ransom notes.
I immediately took all of our words and I took the ones that could be fit into dirty things. I put those on to the side, and then I used them when appropriate. So yeah. And I ended up winning. So yeah, that was a highlight.
They were hilarious, but I think the warden was probably embarrassed more.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I forget. The one was like, what's the best part of being single? This was to end the thing. We had one last one because it was a tie, and we had one last one. And the question was, what's the best thing? What's the best part of being single? And I put, and again, I had all these words. It was like, stroke the tip, shoot your baby load.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That was a winner. That was a highlight.
That game gets out of hand real quick, and
Right.
that's part of its charm. That's why it's so great. But
Yeah. So, yeah, that was not embarrassing. I had an embarrassing one recently. I mean, so Wayne always sits in the front row, Wayne Van Sluis, and doing a presentation and presenting and stuff like that with Demetrius Kane, and of course Kane's doing the Kane thing, and it's always a big audience and stuff like that. And, go through the whole presentation. It's like an hour that you're up there and stuff like that. And you're drinking and you're talking and you're laughing. And sometimes the spotlight's on you, sometimes it's on Demetrius. And then, so it ends. And as it ends, Wayne jumps up out of his chair, front row, and approaches me and says, "Hey, zip up your fly." Why doesn't he tell me that an hour ago when I'm prancing around up there in front of the stage?
you could have told me sooner.
Yeah.
So back in the day, Jim was presenting, and his fly was open.
Apparently, this is something we do at the back.
And Heidi was there, so I texted Heidi during the presentation and said, "Jim's fly is open." And so somehow she was able to communicate it with him, and he just kind of real slyly, did the whole turnaround and fixed it.
Okay.
I don't know if they had a secret language or
secret language. Yeah.
Sure they did.
Yeah. So, interesting. Yeah. So I had that moment. So that was not fun. That wasn't this week, but that was I don't know, last week or the week before. It was recently. So yeah, that's no fun. So
maybe I limited this with saying this week. It could be anytime.
Anytime. Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty bad. You feel bad because people were like, what do they think of that? I don't think they like it. So. They think I'm doing it on purpose. Is this a new thing? It's like when Gary posts a naked photo. Is this a new?
They're judging. I think they're embarrassed for you, or like, do we tell him? Does he know? Like,
does he know? Yeah.
But when I had eggs go down my shirt, does she know? I do. I don't know if you know what your flies, but I do.
Yeah. See, I thought you didn't know, so I told you, but after the fact, maybe it's too late.
It's like, I'll fix it later.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah. So, good times. So, yeah. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What does everyone drink? We need to drink. Let's start this one with me. I'll go first. I've got Dark Arts. This is their single malt, 7.5-year-old single malt, known for its flavors of orange fruits. Anything orange. So, mango, peach, you name it. So, here we go. The slosh at the end was held it back. It was decent on the cork pop, but basically what Matt's been doing, I'm sure it's going to be blown out of the water, but we'll see. We'll get to him in a second. Next up is going to be KK.
I'm going to open up the Lincoln Pinch Bourbon.
Okay. All right. There you go.
How did she say it so good?
No.
Wow, that's earthquakey.
No.
Yeah, I know.
On the video.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there. Not a lot of pop, though. So I've got the lead, but I feel like I can easily be beat. We'll see what happens. McNew's next.
I have the Planter's Pick. What is this? A good pour?
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
No, nothing really going on there.
It's reminiscent of mine, McNew.
Yeah, that's from Cane Fest. Yeah.
And I saved it for the show. It's the first time I opened it.
Matt doesn't even have to try, and he can win this one.
Right. So Matt, it seems like you got it pretty easy.
Yet.
Well,
KK?
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, like I said, Matt doesn't even have to try, and he
Come
can
on.
win.
Not Ryan. It's a chance.
Jeez.
What do you got there, Matt?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Dark Arts Blunt Blend.
Okay, the blunt blend. Okay. Oh, solid. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Have glass corks, glass tops.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
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 See, look at that.
All right, let's get the pain over with. It's the Molly Brown straight high rye bourbon. Here we go.
Okay.
Ooh.
Boy, it's close. It's really close. Let me think about
good.
this. Either Matt or Ryan here. This one is really a tough one. But I think I'm going to lean in favor of Matt here, believe it or not.
Of course you did.
I'll tell you what, it was as close as can be. Cheers, gang.
Couldn't break the streak.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking to KK about life after the recent April 1st show. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show. Well, go ahead, Danny. Is there something you need to say?
Just sitting there saying that, plain and simple, if you're sending me to a text, you need to tell me you need to send it to me in a text. So,
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we have KK talking about her new celebrity life after
Yes, we are. You see if she gets a reality show out of this. It could happen. The right person listens. Next thing you know, KK's got cameras following around 24 hours a day.
She doesn't even contact us anymore. She doesn't need us.
Oh, of course not. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I go to reach out to her to come on some shows.
No.
Number's been disconnected. So, yeah. Yeah. So, KK, obviously, April 1st, 2025, a show drops that is just epic. People loved hearing it. They love the KK shenanigans. And what's life been like with you since that time?
Embarrassing. I can't even listen to the show.
Why not?
It's embarrassing. And I can't, you had to tell me things like, I told you I wanted to put a hit out on you.
Yeah, if you won the lottery, you would have me killed. That's what you're going to. You could do anything. You could help children that are starving. You could just be on vacation the rest of your life. No, I'll pass on that. I'm going to have Steve
on the list.
Yeah, I'm going to have him killed.
I don't know. You're going to have to ask Drunk KK, but that's the thing. I'm being very careful now. during the show.
Boring.
Yeah,
I know. That was a 2-day hangover.
Was it?
It was a 2-day hangover.
Man.
And it did not make New Guy very happy.
He'll get over it, KK. We're talking about the show.
He'll be fine. He'll be
Be
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
After I fell to the floor or stopped standing up,
Right.
standing up, and then I stopped standing up. He heard it. He thought I had brought down bottles crashing to the floor. And then it was, well, I can't get you off the floor, so there you will stay.
Did he bring a blanket and pillow and just let you lie?
I was able to maneuver to the couch, to sleep on the couch.
Okay. All right. At least you probably woke up a little bit in better shape than when you went, if you slept on the floor. If you slept on the floor, you had aches and pains that you didn't know you had, one of those things. So
No, I woke
got
up
to the
with,
couch.
The floor might be better than the couch, though. I mean,
Yeah.
at
Give him the
least
couch.
cooler, at least it's cold. At least
It reminded me as the show's ending and KK crashes and she's off the show. There was a wrestling documentary. I've never seen the documentary, but I do remember the promo for it. It was that guy Mick Foley, who really would get hit in the head with chairs and just would take it to the extreme. We know wrestling's phony, but some of the things that they do, they're willing to injure themselves and push the boundaries of what they can do to their bodies for entertainment purposes. And this guy Mick Foley was one of the most famous for doing that. Really took a lot of punishment and stuff like that, and I think he's dealing with the repercussions of that today. But the promo that they had was, at the end of it, they had this one famous match against him and The Rock, where The Rock hit him in the head with a chair like 14 times, and he's all messed up, and he's getting medical attention afterwards, and he looks straight at the camera and says, I think we touched a lot of people tonight. And that's what I felt like when KK crashed off there. I was like, I think we touched a lot of people with that show. Yeah.
Steve, I was there. I experienced it, right?
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize she was falling to the ground, right? I thought she just slammed
down the right,
top shut and be like, I'm out, right? And
yeah.
So it was
KK, have you started to get stopped out in public for autographs?
Right.
When you're out and about? Like, how has your personal life changed at this point?
No.
Not surprising.
No. I think there must be some anonymity to the fact that this is just
audio.
Podcasting. They can't see me.
So
They're not going to recognize me.
Nobody's harassing.
My only hope is that I'm out in Key West one day and someone hears my voice and says, "Oh, I know who you are."
No.
Just like they did to Steve back.
What needs to happen is you need to fall, and they'll be like, "I recognize the sound of that fall."
KK, on a more serious note, I got one more question for you.
Oh, jeez.
Do you remember the show at all, or were you completely blacked out?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, not at all,
No.
right?
I don't remember the 4th show, and this was the 5th show.
So you don't remember even parts of it? None of
No.
it. It's all gone. That show is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seemed to really.
That's why I tried to listen to it, because that
Trying
morning,
to get that time back. Yeah.
that morning on Facebook, I think it was Facebook, on the ABV Crew Club, things are just like, it was McNew and other people like, oh my God,
I
show.
Start that.
This is the best. This is hilarious. KK's drinking out of a wine glass, and all this stuff. And I'm like, really? Huh. I should give that a listen. That sounds entertaining.
This KK girl sounds pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
no
she
pun intended.
sounds
Sounds like a
fun.
lot of
She sounds
fun.
fun. Yeah.
And I got halfway through, and I was just, and I just couldn't.
We're done, huh?
I still haven't listened to the whole show.
Listen, so KK, I know the pain, and there are some shows where like McNew was this, McNew. I will never listen to those because I'm like, none of my business. Whatever drunk McNew said, not me. That's her. That's none of my business. But you though, this was one of the things I listened to because I was not on those shows, and I was like, this is so fucking great. This is so iconic. Bourbon Daily. This is Bourbon Daily iconic shit.
Iconic Bourbon Daily stuff. Yeah.
Involved in, and I loved every second of it.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad for you guys.
Yeah, you
I'm
touched a lot of
glad
people.
the listeners,
Touched a lot of people.
So,
you know,
and
I
I relate to that because when they're like, "This was so good, she was a disaster," I'm like, "Good for you. Glad you were entertained. I'm happy to be the entertainment." I will never listen to those.
You know what? I felt blessed. That was my first night, like actually like recording for Bourbon Daily with you guys, and to experience the full KK was was an incredible sight.
Yeah.
I mean,
Blessed.
you know,
Blessed.
most people don't get to see it; they just hear it,
Right.
and
Right. Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
sure it was a fun time. And I know Steve appreciates great content.
I do.
I want to give him great content for the shows. I don't want to do it like that ever
Right.
again.
Okay.
A
Okay.
2-day hangover, that's just too much.
Right. Right. Yeah. Again, I never want to push someone into drinking more. Hey, kick it up. And I never.
Oh no, that's all.
No.
Yeah. I don't ever tell anybody, hey, you
To
need
be
to
honest,
booze it up.
I think I was trying to impress new guy Matt.
Okay.
Like it was his first night on
So
the
it's really
show.
his fault. Yeah.
He was
I
going to
couldn't
bring
get
all
through
the
my-
sadness with no more kite flying.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought
Right.
I gotta do something. I gotta show him what it's like to be a part of the crew.
It's more.
Here's how it's done.
Here's how
Matt,
it's done.
were you impressed?
No, so here's the so like Steve never pushes us to do anything or to be anybody but who we are. We just show up and he's like, okay, that's happening. That's
Yeah.
content. He just fucking lets it happen. Steve has never made us be a fucking hot mess. If we're hot messes, that's just who we fucking
Right.
are.
Oh yeah.
Right. And I never want anything orchestrated. I don't want people to come in and be like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get lit. No, I just like
No
shit
bits.
to happen. I just like it. Yeah, I don't like bits. I don't, because we're not professionals. It would come across as stiff and not real. And I just want to be real on these shows.
He's just like, if a shit show's happening, a shit show's happening. And
Right.
happen, and that's great. And the audience loves it for some goddamn reason. And it's fun. It's fun. Always been fun. And then we redeem ourselves on future shows, and it's great.
That's right.
I think I asked like one of those April Fool's questions like 5 times and couldn't get through it because it was like there's always just cake is like, and then one more thing. Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm done asking questions. It's fine.
KK, to make yourself feel better, I will throw myself under the bus here for this story.
Okay.
There was one night we were recording. I wake up the next morning and I see a text from McNew asking if everything is okay.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, I'm a little froggy. I'm like, well, everything's fine. Why is she asking? So yeah, of course, McNew. What's up? She's like, well, you just said goodbye mid-show last night and closed your laptop and said adios right in the middle of our recording. I'm like,
Who hasn't done that?
I was done.
I don't check on a lot of people, but that's like not a thing you normally do. Like if
No.
KK just shut down or somebody else did, I'm like, yeah, they're just gone. You don't do that. That's not
Yeah.
you.
Everything is fine. So, but thanks for
I was
checking,
like,
McNew.
let me check on you. But
Yeah. We've had definitely a lot of people stop in the middle of shows and just they're
Oh,
done.
yeah.
They're done. So yeah.
That's something to aspire to, Matt.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's in the safety of your own home, so you can drink as you will. I
right.
guess. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Life after April 1st has been incredible for KK. Please reach out to her and go over some of her greatest lines when you see her from that show. So that'll help jog her memory. So yeah. Matt, where can people find you?
Oh, sorry. Just got mid drink.
Oh.
Monica with 1D and no fun. And then at my website, sabertoothcyber.com.
All right. KK.
Normally, this would be a show where I say, please don't find me. But if you can tell me some of the things I said, I'd love to hear them. You can find me on Instagram at KKCastStrength.
All right. Ryan.
Across all socials at 10th MTN Whiskey. Our website's 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th whiskey with an E. And if you go on and buy a little merch, buy a bottle, use promo code DAILY for 10% off.
10% off. Nice. All right. McNew, how about you?
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Please check that one out. We put all of our content out there. Also, come by and see us. The ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We're online, abvbarrelshop.com. Our website has a lot of information out there, classes and events, our current inventory, how to book a hotel in the St. Louis area and save some money, all at abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Fardians, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.